Welcome back to the Buds in the Box podcast. The Leafs win 2-1 in overtime against the two-time reigning Stanley Cup champions, Tampa Bay Lightning, and a huge win for the Leafs that moves them up to second in the Atlantic Division, just above Tampa and behind Florida. So a huge game. Overall, what did you guys think of the game?
I mean, it was just a great game, I just wanted to say, just to get it out there, that Wayne Train was just, I thought he played an exceptional game. I can't believe he didn't pot one. He was definitely deserving of one. He worked hard. He was getting the puck. I mean, he did everything you want a player like him to do. And yeah, and another night that Nick Ritchie's invisible. So, but yeah, just a great game from the Leafs, and 1-0 for three periods in 1 minute, or 3 periods in 20 seconds. And I was not expecting that game to flip. So definitely a fun game to watch.
It's always exciting. It's always exciting when they tie it in the last minute, go into OT, win it in OT. It's just like the Leafs never. It seems like the Leafs never get breaks like that, and then it finally happens, and it's just a nice feeling. You always see other teams, score with 10 seconds left and then win in overtime, or like you see the Leafs lose leads, or like other teams come back from 3-goal deficits. I've just never seen it as a Leafs fan, to be honest with you. Never really seen them like come back in a game and win. But today they battled hard, got that goal in the last minute, and then won in overtime. It's pretty exciting. And also another thing is just like that Sandy and Liljegren pairing is pretty cool.
I saw practice. It was like Riley and Liljegren.
But they didn't play together today, did they?
Oh, okay. I didn't notice.
No.
Dude, did they? Who was Riley with?
It
Wasn't with Brody, was he? Or with Muzzin? It's been like Brody and Muzzin lately,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Right? And then Riley and Dermott.
Yeah, Dermott. Yeah. For some reason, I don't know why Dermott just didn't come to my head.
Sandy and Liljegren, yeah.
But also on that topic of defensemen, in the pregame show was, why do you keep making that? Is my mic making really weird noises?
Yeah. What were you saying, Jude?
Yeah. So I was just saying, I think, during the pregame show, just the whole panel was talking about the Leafs and moving Justin Hall, who's been a third healthy scratch, or for 3 games in a row, a healthy scratch. So, I mean, we can get into that later if you guys wanted to, because obviously teams are going to be interested once they hear the Maple Leafs are scratching somebody, and they're interested in a trade. So I don't know if you guys would like to see him gone, or just could get talking on that too. So,
do you want to get into it now, or do you want to get into it after the game? Because I can get into it now.
We might as well just get into it now, and then we'll finish off with the game.
Okay, well, here's the thing about Hull is like, it's never bad to have another right-handed D in your back pocket. It kind of sucks for him getting scratched, and like him and Liljegren would kind of just like be getting scratched, or like whoever's on, whoever's off sort of thing. But at the same time, he's not doing much, and when he is in the game, he's not great, But see, it's kind of tough, because if Liljegren has a bad game, then you put Hall in, and he has a good game, then you put Hall in the next game, and it's just like, it's kind of like a cycle of just like who plays better. But like if Hall's not, if they trade him, right? Because they're not going to trade like Liljegren, I wouldn't think. They're both Liljegren and Sandin are on the last year of their entry level, so they're pretty easy contracts to sign, because they're so young and they have like no experience, so they can't go out asking for $5 million, right?
Yeah,
they're gonna each want a decent contract. So, but at the same time, Hull is like maybe not super valuable to the Leafs right now, but he's very valuable to a lot of other teams. He's a right-handed defenseman in the NHL, right?
$2 million contract too.
With a $2 million contract. So like a right-handed D in the NHL is a right now, for some reason, it's like a pretty rare player. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but Liljegren brings a different type of thing, different game than Hull does. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's Well said. I think the Leafs protecting Hull and letting McCann go, I think that's kind of gonna backfire on Dubas. Even though I'd say it's the right move because of cap wise, and we do need that right-handed defenseman. It doesn't really look good right now, especially if we're scratching him every game. So I don't know. I just don't see the point there. You save this guy, you make sure you make him feel so important, and then you just scratch him every game because he had what 4 or 5 bad games.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the Leafs probably didn't expect Liljegren to jump out the way he did.
That's true.
Now he's had 3 good games back to back to back. So you don't want to you make sure you got to make sure you reward him, right? Because he's working hard, he's playing good games. So you're not just gonna scratch him because he's younger than another guy or makes less money or whatever, right? You're gonna want to reward him and put him in the games, right? If he deserves to be on the blue line playing with Sandin, then he deserves to be there, right? Hull just brings a completely different thing to the team, but right now, they've won 4 straight games.
Yeah.
3 of them without Hull. And it's not like they're playing, bad teams. They just beat Tampa Bay Lightning, with Liljegren on the blue line. So it's not like he's incompetent or he's playing, no offense, the Senators. All right, Colin's gonna watch this and get mad. My roommate's a Senators fan, for any of you that don't know. But yeah, it's not like they're playing the Senators and Liljegren and Sandin pairing's doing well. They're doing well against the best team in the league, so to speak, right now. They've won 2 Stanley Cups. So he holds his own. If he's able to hold his own, Sandin's already proved that he can hold his own, and he's a good defenseman in the NHL. But I just want to see what you guys what do you guys think? I think for the next at least 3 years, the Leafs D is it looks pretty solid, set in stone almost. Not thinking about the last few games, you have Riley and Brody, Dermott. You get Riley, Brody, Muzzin, Dermott, Liljegren, and Sandin.
Yeah.
That's 6, good D, So when you think about it, especially as Sandin and Liljegren are getting older and better, right? We've seen how Liljegren develops in franchise modes. Who knows? He could be really good. Same with Sandin. They both have potential to be, and you see them just their body type, the way they skate, their calmness with the puck, their hands, both of them, they both have ability to start to look obviously I'm not saying that they're going to be as good, but they've got that type of game where it's a Quinn Hughes, Makar, Fox type of game that they play,
Yeah, they just need the confidence and the experience.
They just need the confidence and they need it. They're already starting to produce, both of them. So
yeah, and the Leafs are winning. When the Leafs are winning, nothing's wrong until they lose that one game.
Until they go on their 5-game skid in a few weeks, which we know is going to happen.
Yeah, hopefully Campbell's done that for that because Campbell played amazing tonight.
Yeah.
A few things I just want to touch on before we actually get into the game. Felly, you said the Leafs never come back, and last year I remember the Leafs played 56 games or whatever. The only one I remember the Leafs come back and win it in overtime was that one game where Nylander scored. He was struggling. He scored the goal to tie.
Flames.
Yeah. Yeah, and we couldn't score on.
Yeah, it was 2 games of shutouts.
Yeah, and then he finally got that goal and then scored in overtime. That's the only one I remember from last season. This season it happens now, and I was so surprised that
that's when David Riddick hit his head against the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Sorry.
No,
I want to backtrack just a little bit. If you were to trade Hull, what would you want?
Oh, okay.
I want to see you because you could technically. I would trade Hull for what his value is for a third line, fourth line forward.
Yeah, we can package Hull and Richie. I don't care who we get.
Actually, I'm honestly fine with that. But if you get Hull and you get someone who could be I don't know, I want Cassian or something. Get someone out there who's just a menace.
Yeah.
just a beast and like goes out and fights people and whatever. I don't know. Someone that would just make an impact on the game, you know.
Yeah.
Even another like Simmons type of guy.
I mean, another thing, like if they're planning on trading him, I doubt they will, just because I know they valued like 7 decent D-man.
Yeah.
You could just go, like, if you really don't need him, you can just get cap space for trade deadline or something, and just send him off for like a third or something.
It's weird because like the alert that I got, like, you know, I think we all got it from the score. It was like Leafs are shopping their defensemen, like they're calling teams about their D, which, you know, makes us think they're talking to teams about trading Hull, which is weird because you would think, I mean, it is a cap thing. I'm sure they would like $2 million in cap, but like it is a luxury to have 7D that you can rely on.
Yeah,
If someone gets injured and Hall steps in, it's not, you know, it's not detrimental to the team. Like if any of the DRs get injured other than like Riley, for example, or Brody, I would say, Hall can step in and play, right? So
yeah, that's
I don't know.
I
Like
think,
Jude, what would you do? Would you want to trade him? Not.
I mean, there's one thing on the panel that I heard, and that was I think O-Dog started talking about throwing Dermott in there as well, and then messing around with that. So maybe 2 lower end guys, or maybe, you know, like a solid second line pairing instead of like, you know, Dermott and Hall. They're questionable. They're both great players, but
I like the
inconsistent.
thought of that.
And then yeah, if I was Dubas tomorrow and I would have to, and I needed to get Hall off my hands, it'd either be like the Buffalo, or actually no, sorry, to a team like Vegas, that wants to be good right now, and then get like future considerations or picks and stuff like that from them to hopefully have another Liljegren or Sandin to come up somehow.
I like that idea though of trading both of them. Like if
And
you
Nick
were
Ritchie, why not?
if you
Yeah,
were
throw him
to
in
if
there.
you were to deal someone, it would be like Hall and Dermott, and then the two of them, because a lot of teams do value having 7 solid D. Does suck to scratch one every game, but like if you are to trade both of them for one second pairing guy who's solid, then that would be nice actually. But like considering, like, I wouldn't say Dermott's a second pair D.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a top 6 or he's not a top 4 D.
Yeah, well, the way I'm looking at it right now, like it honestly seems like there is no top 4, top 6, or anything. It's just whatever right now. Like it's Sandin, Liljegren is, I wouldn't even consider them bottom 6.
No, because the thing is, whoever plays with Riley is the top pairing. Like that's what it is, right? And then whoever plays with Muzzin is the middle pairing. That's kind of how it goes. And then, but Sandy and Liljegren are holding their own and playing like good minutes. So I think Liljegren played like 18 minutes or something, which is a lot.
Yeah.
For a you know, a rookie.
Yeah, I mean, if they can roll, like have like literally like Riley and whoever's on Riley's line play 25 minutes and the rest just like split the difference.
Yeah.
Like
I like that Riley Liljegren thought though. That's cool.
Yeah, they had them at practice. That
would be cool.
It was Riley, Liljegren, Brody and Muzzin, and then Dermott and Sandin.
Yeah, Sandin's like proven himself though. I feel like he can move up a little bit, but there's so many lefties.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
I mean, Liljegren plays with such, like, I don't know. There's just something about his intensity. Like, I don't know. Like, it looks like, well, obviously he's fighting for a spot, so he better be playing with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, come playoff times, even then you don't have a spot. But I don't know. Hall just like, he just never looked like he wanted to be there. Like he's
like,
such
a bum.
I'll take my $2 million and look like Jesus or whatever.
Like he just floats around sometimes.
Yeah.
So like he's so.
I mean, he's a big guy, but like he doesn't like throw bodies. So like, what's he there for? And he literally scored on Campbell in the first game or whatever. So
we need a Hall to lock down McDavid those 3 games. That's who we need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole Muzzin pairing, but they're so inconsistent. It's crazy.
They literally like stopped God, and then now they can't even stop like Vegas.
Jesus.
Whatever. It's whatever. We'll get into the game now. Not that much to write. I mean, it was a pretty boring game if you're into watching hockey for goals like I am. A lot of I know Jude probably had a ball watching it because there's a lot of saves and stuff. But first period, Leafs got off to a slow start. Picked it back up though. Unfortunately, Big Rig. Well, not unfortunately. It's nice to see Big Rig score sometimes. Even
Big Rig.
Big Rig.
Big Rig scores. Perry and Cernak with the assist. I don't know. I guess that's like the
Cernak.
fourth line there. Cernak. I said that.
Chernak.
Isn't he a defenseman?
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Oh yeah.
Chernak.
He would be nice. Like he'd be like perfect for Hall's replacement.
Sure.
Like
You know who'd be great? Bogosian.
don't bring it up.
We'll go for. But yeah, other than that, in the first period, Vasi played like a brick wall. Literally all the notes I have that I wrote down watching the highlights. Just like second period, Leafs started to dominate, but Vasi's a brick wall. Third period, Vasi and Campbell. That was the story tonight. Vasi versus Campbell, and Vasilevskiy is, or if not, I don't know how to word this. He is the best, if not, he's one of the best, if not the best goalie in the NHL. There we go. Got it out. And Campbell challenged him tonight. And I don't know. Campbell's out there to prove something. He's had one bad game against Pittsburgh. Other than that, he's been lights out for the Leafs this year. And he's like people calling him one-hit wonder, one-year wonder. He's shutting them up right now.
You know what's crazy?
What?
Eric won't trade me for Vasilevskiy in fantasy, but he's speaking so highly of him right now.
Well, I mean,
I was like, hey, you want Vasilevskiy? He's like, no, Vasilevskiy sucks.
Because you want Matthews, that's why.
And then I was like, he's gonna be good. Okay, you can put in the comments actually if you're listening to this right now. I offered a trade to Eric, Vasilevskiy and Rantanen for Matthews and Kemper. Meaning he would be giving me Matthews and Kemper, I'd be giving him Rantanen and Vasilevskiy. I think it's a super fair trade.
I still think
if
Kemper's
not, he'd be winning.
One of the best in the league, especially on
But,
the Avs.
I mean,
Just saying.
Kemper's not putting up the numbers.
Yeah, but the Avs have been
okay.
broken.
Anyway,
Yeah.
put in the comments if who you think would win that trade, or if that trade is a fair trade. Fair trade. I agree.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Also, go check out our sponsors. You vote code buds20.
You said what now?
Code buds20 at manscaped.com and the People's Cup dossier. Third period though, Vasi played so well all up until the end. John Tavares scores the game tying goal, assisted by Marner and Matthews. He kept it in the zone. Matthews to Marner, in front of the net to JT, and he pots it home, breaking Vasilevskiy's shutout. And then we get to OT. Now, the Leafs dominated. I believe this was a power play goal, right? Yeah. Leafs dominating. Marner hit the post. And then Marner gives it to Matthews. Wait, was it Matthews or Marner that made the pass?
Matthews.
Marner gave it to Matthews, and then Matthews walked around the top of the circle. Gave a beautiful pat. Kind of like did a head fake like he was going to shoot. And, of course, best shooter in the world. Everyone thinks he's going to rip it. And then he just sends a nice little pass over to Nylander. And Nylander destroys the puck. It's a hard shot.
Nylander had something to prove that. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, right in the corner. Like, it was a nice shot. But Nylander's been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he can stay consistent, that contract will age so well.
Everyone was so upset about that contract. Worth $6.5 million. Look at the contracts in the league right now, and tell me that Nylander's contract isn't one of the best in the league.
Yeah, like, would you rather have Tkachuk for that much?
No. Brady Tkachuk makes $8 million, if not more. It's a bit more than $8 million, right?
Or
is we 8 by 7, something like that, whatever. He makes in that ballpark. Would you rather have Brady Tkachuk on your team or William Nylander? For me right now, William Nylander is a much better hockey player.
All day, William Nylander.
Right? For $1.5 million less, like I would take that all day. His contract just looks great. You know, like who's getting what is it? Blake Coleman? What did he get? He got some ludicrous contract. Didn't he?
Deserved though.
I mean,
he got like a $3 million or $5 million or something.
Yeah, Coleman got 5.5, I'm pretty sure. And then Goudreau did too, but like Goudreau is like that close. No.
Not
you shouldn't
Johnny.
be.
They shouldn't be making close to what Nylander's making, right?
Yeah. Brady makes 8.2.
So there you go. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
just think the
one of the best
contract's a good
contracts,
contract. Yeah.
if not the best on the Leafs.
Yeah. It is the best contract on the Leafs, considering that he leads the team in points, goals, clutch goals.
Yeah.
He has 2 OT winners and like
Just look at playoff goals.
pretty great goals. Yeah. And then he scored 7 in the playoffs or 5 in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. He is performing the best on the team right now. And he makes $6.5 million.
I feel like we may be a little bit screwed though next year when it comes to the offseason. Because now we have Riley's contract. We're gonna extend Campbell to like a if he plays well
Riley's
this year, it could be upwards of
really
5.
good.
I don't see Campbell being somebody that thinks they're worth more than they are. I think he's gonna be like, you know what, I'll ask for the league minimum, but please just give me a little more. Like, do you mind?
But like, yeah. No,
Okay,
Campbell will be like,
but will
1
your
million
opinion on that change if he wins like if he goes far in the playoffs?
He's making, yeah.
Campbell. We're having a different conversation
making,
if Campbell makes the conference finals or the Stanley Cup.
Okay.
Finals.
I would give him fucking $12 million if he makes the conference finals. Like, no, like, he's gonna. I don't know. That's a whole nother story. But in terms of Riley's contract, we haven't even talked about Riley's contract. We haven't been on the podcast for a little bit. But Riley's contract is great. I think it's pretty good. 7.5. He's one of the Werenski is making 9.5.
Seth Jones is making 11 or some shit.
Seth Jones is like a clown contract at this point.
Yeah. I personally think Seth Jones is better than Werenski, in my opinion. But
Werenski, but not Riley.
Considering
Jones is helping out this team this year for sure.
But in terms of money, is Werenski worth $2 million more than Riley?
No.
Is Jones worth $2 million more? I mean, Fox has had 1 good year, making $9.5 million. Like, Riley's had a steady, good career.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's 7.5. I think he's taking a bit of a deal there for the years on it.
Yeah, he definitely took a discount.
Yeah, he definitely could have made more somewhere else.
I think he likes the city, and the city likes him. So
he could realistically enter free agency next year and make 8.5 somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, but he took a bit of a pay cut to stay, and I think he likes the years on it.
Yeah.
Right, 8 years. Who wouldn't take that?
Yeah.
You're just solidifying a role in the NHL for the next 8 years.
Yeah.
While you're making $7.5 million instead of 8.
A top role.
Yeah, so it's why not for him? And then for the Leafs, they're just gonna have to figure out some money stuff. But
yeah, it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a rough offseason, but we will worry about that after we are hoisting the Stanley Cup,
People's Cup,
which you can get yours in the link down below. Did you guys have any last comments before we wrap this up?
No. Aside from that was just a goalie game. I mean, we didn't talk much about that third period, but Campbell made 4 breakaway saves on Steven Stamkos and Braden Point. Mm-hmm. Two Olympians. There's just maybe
I don't know about Point.
Maybe not Point, depending on what we see with Tavares and
I feel like the conversation is between Tavares and Point right now.
Well, they threw Mangiapane in there too.
Mangiapane's not gonna make Team Canada.
He made a short list. He made the short list.
Come on.
No way. Yeah, he was cool on the other Team Canada. Keep him there. But and then also Vasilevskiy played unbelievable. I was like, okay, he's just gonna walk out of here with a goose egg or whatever. And then it's that was such a what?
Nikita Gusev.
I mean, Tavares just pulls out the OBJ and then he brings it down and just snipes. It was just such a perfect play. It was just so great to see.
Cool.
And it's good to see all the buds doing well. You like to see it for sure.
Yeah, and you definitely get a happy Buds in the Box podcast as well from that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I just I think Campbell had a great game. He's having a great season. In my eyes, the best players on the team. What?
He's having a great season.
In my eyes, the best players on the team right now are Campbell, Nylander. Aside from the top guys, but I'll put Tavares in there.
Bunting hasn't had a bad game this year.
Campbell, Nylander, Bunting. Or like the three like most solid guys, and then Sandine, I'll throw him in there too. I haven't seen him have a bad game that he's played in either. But like, yeah, in terms of Campbell's contract, we should make a video on that soon.
We should.
I would say, but we will.
Yeah,
make a video
like
on
this.
that.
Should the Leafs re-sign Campbell or?
Yeah, they definitely should. But
yeah,
what did Binnington get? 5? He'll get something like that.
He got more.
I think he got more.
I think it was 5 or 6 at most.
Yeah.
But
actually, they sound like a pretty big. I think Philly's right. Around.
It wasn't huge. It was like 5.5 or something.
But still, it was pretty big after a 1-year wonder kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like anyway, I think Campbell will get something along those lines. If not, Mrazek is.
Yeah, it's 6.
Right.
6, yeah.
Mrazek's okay. I wouldn't give up Campbell for anything. But...
I mean, for Campbell, 5. I think like they said upwards of 5. That's like
they have no money. That's
right,
the thing.
right. But I'm saying like in a scenario where like Campbell plays lights out for the rest of the season, wins the fucking Stanley Cup, you can't not give him 5. You can't.
Yeah,
not.
fair.
I think you got to get rid of Mrazek at that point, and like that would make sense.
If he is asking, it's not him. That's the thing. It's his agents. Like
yeah.
It's
Campbell would ask for $10 and like a couple free beers or something.
He'd be like, "Hey, could I get a couple of ginger ales and then
a couple of trips to Red Lobster?"
Yeah.
You know what I noticed? Okay, before we wrap this up, I just want to say this. Every time he makes like a good save or something, or he's playing well, the crowd always chants "Soup, soup." Right after.
When I was at the game,
it sounds like boos. It sounds like they're booing.
Dude. When I was at the game, I heard it. I was like, "Is everyone booing someone right now?" But they're just going, "Soup."
Yeah. That fires me up. Nobody could do that with Freddie. And then also, my favorite goalie, as you guys know, was Lou. So in the playoffs, when the whole barn in Vancouver is going crazy, everybody's going Lou. Like, bro, there would be times where he'd go, like you'd see him on the camera, and then he'd think like he just made like a breakaway save, and then he'd think about it.
Yeah.
There were some Fred Zilla chants. There were some Fred Zilla chants at Maple Leaf Square, but
oh yeah, Maple Leaf Square is different. Outside's different.
Oh yeah, it's a whole new ball game out there.
Oh, we're going this year. We're making a vlog, Maple Leaf Square vlog.
I'm so hyped.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment what your thoughts on the game. This has been the Buds in the Box podcast. And I guess we'll wrap it here. So bye for now.